What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Ericka from the Classic Con Vlog. Listen, this summer, super excited. We released All Roads Lead to Real Estate, digital and physical, of course. And we also released the Land Grab 2025 course. I hope you guys had an opportunity to get inside there and really tackle it and tackle the content and interact with the people inside the group. It's a really great opportunity. And for those who've joined our inner circle, thank you so much. I look forward to interacting with you, seeing you, and we're going to have a ball this summer. We're going to have some really fun events, and we're going to do building some great stuff. Let's get into it, right? If you've seen, we've been talking a lot about two products that David Williams, the retail trader, has been showing our audience. It's called Trump Trades, and also it's a research, and also the bird flu stocks. I want you to check out those two items, and you'll probably see them somewhere here. Peter will put them in the edit somewhere. But I want you to check them out because they're really an opportunity for you to get in the marketplace. So many times people talk about the stock market and it's this mysterious thing, or you just put your money in your 401k and it goes over there somewhere. Someone else is responsible for it. And I really want you to understand, no one else is responsible for the success that you seek long-term more than you. Something that's quiet as it's kept is, what is owed money? Owed money is really management. Now, we've seen the shows like Succession, and we've seen these Billions show and Industry on HBO, and they've been entertaining for sure. But ultimately, the shirking of any responsibility for long-term decisions for your life and how your money grows or doesn't grow is something people hate to see. There's a young lady, I think I can play her clip, probably if Peter adds it in the video, she said how she worked at a bank and so many people would call the department for fraud, or they misspoke, or they misspent, or they swiped their debit card twice, or something happened and it was an accident. And she would be just shocked, right? She'd see stuff like OnlyFans and different things, and she would go, "What is it that?" They're like, "Oh no, my Apple. Oh no, this pizza place." Or it would be the most unique reasons they were calling for fraud on the department. And she said it really disturbed her because the things she saw in people's accounts showed her that people just spend until there's nothing left. Or they invest in very frivolous things, gambling, casinos, Las Vegas, whatever it was. But it ultimately, when we teach people in the society that, spend more. One of the craziest things I saw was George Bush Jr. telling people, go out and spend. Like, what's our response to 9/11? What should we be doing? Go out and spend. Go out and shop. That's great. Go do that. That's scary. That's scary to hear that. That's scary to think about that. And you just had a president tell you, go buy stocks. They're going to start using a word that you're going to see often called people with low assets or low asset individuals. You're going to hear that a lot. I promise you. It's going to be one of the hottest terms ever. You're going to be tired of hearing it by the end of the year. By the end of 5 years, you'll hear about it. It's people with low assets. Why? Because in 1971, we switched to an asset-based society. Once we got off the gold standard, it was how many assets do you have? Can you sell them? Can you barter for them? Can you use them? Can somebody else use them? We all know, a guy who owned a chicken joint or owned a couple trailers or owned a couple of cars. And it was because he had these assets and he could sell them or liquidate them. He had opportunities and choices. Even now, when I go back to my hometown and I drive through a particular side of town, there's a guy with, I think 5, it might be 4, but 5 1930-something, 36, 39 Fords out there. But here's the problem. He's let them rust out, sit in the rain, just turn to nothing, right? So as a vintage car collection, you want to call him and say, hey, man, how much are you selling that for? I'm thinking this guy's going to say $3,000, $5,000. $10K, it's basically a shell. You got to do a lot of repair work. This guy wanted big money. And I said, dude, totally restored, that's $39,000 car. Unless it's just absolute mint condition. In restored condition, it's $39,000. And I could feel him be upset. Why? Because in his head, these are vintage cars. They're 1930s. Look, I kept them on this farm all these years, but they've not been covered. They've not been protected. They've not been observed. They've not been wiped down. They've not been cleaned. They've not been kept up with. That is the epitome of an asset. Something that you take care of, something that you manage, something that you look after. We're going towards a society where people say, well, I don't want the responsibility, Ericka. I don't want the responsibility of a house. I don't want the responsibility of that. If I told you tomorrow, hey, Social Security's gone. Everybody after 2030, there's no Social Security. You have to fend for yourself. We'd have a massive sweeping crisis for people to get educated about their money, where to invest it, where to put it, where to manage it, where to save it. Overnight. Why? Because there's this false sense of there's some backup plan out there that's coming to save you, called Social Security. Some of you might get $600, some of you might get $2,000. I don't know about you, but right now my bills are more than $600 and more than $2,000 a month. And as you get older, guess what? Your healthcare costs are going to increase too. And some of you might live to be 90. So this ideal that this imaginary blanket is going to take care of you later down the road because you don't want responsibility makes sense. It doesn't. It doesn't make sense. So I encourage you, check out some of the stuff we're offering, but also check out Trump Trades and the bird flu stocks course. Now, I'm always going to tell you, and that's because I live here in Austin, but I'm always going to tell you, go find you a local farmer. There's about 3 farmers in Georgetown. We buy beef, we buy chicken from. There's one dude off in Smith. It's like Johnson City. I think it's Johnson City, near Marble Falls, something like that. We buy chicken from them. We go to the farmer's market. We're like, what can we get directly from you, ordered and ready to pick up on Saturday and Sunday? That's the kind of opportunities we always look for. Even in North Carolina, my mom grows a whole garden, full of cucumbers and tomatoes and you name it, right? You have to have a source closer than you think, right? You have to have an opportunity to say, this is an asset I can watch, mature, baby, grow. And for a lot of you, it's going to be the active income first, right? You're going to figure out, okay, what's something actively income I can do? Right? What is something I'm good at? What is something I'm specializing in? What can I develop around my skill set? That's the active part. Now, the spillover money, that's what we're going to put in other assets. We're talking about peer space lending, peer-to-peer lending. You're talking about Fundrise. You're talking about dividend stocks. You're talking about a various myriad of things. Land, farmland, some trailers down the street. It's up to you. The number that you create as your freedom number is up to you. And I don't mean a freedom number that just covers your bills, because that's just living. That's surviving. I mean, what's your thrive number? That's what I want you to focus on. And so if you can, check out those 2 research reports. I think they'll be very beneficial to you. I think that'll help you grow your money. It'll help you look at your money differently and look at it as a tool. And honestly, like I don't know if you remember Scrooge McDuck cartoons back in the day where he's diving in the gold coins. Maybe we put it here, Peter, but I have a great picture in my office of it. He's swimming in coins because he watches the coins, he cares about the coins, he manages the coins, and he creates other opportunities. And that's kind of what I want for you. I want you to have the opportunity to create, manage, and create opportunity for yourself. Let your money go work for you. Let the tools or things you have for your asset work for you. And again, leverage is one of your most powerful things. So check out Trump Trades and check out the research report on the bird flu stocks this summer, because you will see some increase in food. We're already seeing a recall for tomatoes, and we're also seeing a recall for a few other items that's going to cover like 14 states. So if you needed tomatoes to make your business work next week, your business will shut down without tomatoes. Where will you go get tomatoes? Do you know people to go get tomatoes from? All right. Do you know, like one of the things, I'm trying not to be funny, but one of the things when people say, oh, I want to get into real estate. And I go, okay, what are you going to do? Oh, I want to be a realtor. Well, what do you want to do in real estate? Oh, I want to build houses. Well, why would you be a realtor? That doesn't make sense. Or I want to do this in housing. Okay, well, why would you be a realtor? That's just something you've been spoon-fed because you think it sounds nice. It sounds cool to your friends and family. But being an inspector, being an appraiser, working in a roofing company, those things could all get you closer to real estate than being a realtor, right? If you want to just walk around houses and twirl and take pretty pictures, that's one thing. But if you really want to invest in real estate and develop a skill, there's hundreds of other things you could do in real estate. And so that's how I want you to look at this is there's ways to win. Choose one, right? But don't get lost in the pretty stuff, the shiny stuff. Let's really dig in deep and get something we want out of this. And what I want you to get out of this summer is, well, everybody's panicking. Everybody's crying about inflation. Everybody's doom scrolling. You're making money. It's your girl, Ericka. Classic Blog. Later.